Chintala matik ala unchi kaka ina atena tuina lexi lena daku iuha uspe makiapi. Watoha washitria uspe unkiana lehan Lakotia ash lehan hechina Lakota wicho ki hechina slol unkiapi chahawashte. Lakowi choch anki hoch ungununibi ash Owayawa el wakanja ki lena uspewi chonkiapi hechel lako wichoch lena ungununi bikteshni le iok pi makare wakanja o tunwa he ki el lako iapi na lako wichoch anki gluha najibi Hunka wicha unyang piki iok pi bikte
Cultural identity is very important, and we try to foster it in many ways as we possibly can, because we live in a world today where Native children, impoverished children, they are already born with a deficit, if you want to call it that, and we try to strengthen their self-esteem and build up a strong self-efficacy by teaching them that being Lakota is something to be proud of and something to practice in everyday life. They wanted to start a school that incorporated the Lakota culture and language more and taught it as not just a subject but as part of school.
Wow, dancing and drumming and singing is a part of the culture, a really important part. And it's just something that is, how do you live culture? You can't teach culture. You can teach certain aspects, but basically you have to live it. It's something that's a part of your life. We have teachers who are very actively engaged and help them, do the beadwork to make an outfit, or we make it for them. That's how community works together, to make something a special day and a memory for these children. And just to bring them the joy and to, be proud and see how good they look, and that's really the important piece.
I think we get close to each other like family. We grow to love the children like they were our own.
Waldorf is kind of like a second home for them. They're here a lot of the time. What we see is that they learn a whole lot better when they feel like we're all family. I had one of the kids, a lot of the kids, it was kind of a bad day. It was a hard day for us. We were doing a lot of the reading, I think. And so the kids were like, oh, I want to go home. I don't want to be here. And one of the kids actually said, not me. I'd rather be here than home. We're at home. And that was heartbreaking for me to hear.
My father was a survivor of the boarding schools, and this is just one generation away. Residential schools, their main goal was to kill the Indian and save the man. So a child that is traumatized, they can't come to school and learn. So we help them work through their trauma with art therapy, with animals, with community. And only when the child's needs are met can everything else be built upon. We know today that students who have a strong foundation in their culture, they do much better in life, emotionally, socially, but also economically.
My dad took it upon himself to live on the reservation again and return to our roots. It really inspired me to be in the culture and speak Lakota. Now at Lakota Waldorf, I'm able to teach Lakota, and I see these students learning. I see them learning the culture, the language, and it just reminds me of the opportunities that I wish I had had at that age. I remember last year I had a student who really looked up to me, and he would start learning things from my class and use it and joke with me, and he would say, "Pasuni tonka," that means your nose is big. I'd be like, "Henia, that's you." Me seeing them interact with each other in the language, it was powerful for me, like my own inner child or whatever. So I liked being able to give them that experience and being a small part of that.
When I was growing up and when I went to school, we were never taught our own culture. We couldn't speak Lakota in class. Being free here, they get rid of their insecurities, I would say. Now they're open, they participate, and you can hear their voices finally, and it's good to hear them just open up like little flowers.
The school was founded in 1993 by community members and my husband, all tribal members of the Oglala Lakota tribe, and myself. We started it with the intention of creating a school that is immersed with Lakota language and culture. Those children here on the reservation have a completely different situation, a different environment, different history, different culture and language than anywhere else in the country. So the question was, how do we bring it back? How can we revitalize the language and culture? But then the balance is, at the same time, we want to have our students academically prepared to move on to high school and to be a successful community member. Lakota Waldorf School is a tuition-free school. We do not charge tuition, but we want to have Waldorf education accessible for all children.
We heavily rely on private donations and very few grants that we are eligible for. And we could ask for other grants, but then we would lose our autonomy and we would lose the way on how we get to teach. As long as our students are still meeting the state grade standards for academic subjects, we have a lot of freedom on how we design the rest of the curriculum around. The purpose of our school was to bring a good and healthy education to Native students, where being Native was something to be proud of. And within our parents' generations and the generations before, for decades, the Native community has been taught that, they're at the bottom of the food chain. And hence it's always been our mission statement: how can we better prepare Native students to excel and just survive and flourish in a world that wasn't built for their success.
It is a very, very culturally rich environment for the students. I've seen them transform. I've seen several children that I can name that have just been really coming out of their shell and becoming more confident in themselves. And I think that comes from speaking the language. I think that comes from dancing at the powwows or singing our Lakota songs, whether they're the prayer songs or just in the powwow environment, either. The children are gonna find their own way, and I just want to be a small part of their journey and help them get there, regardless of where that is. So if they do want to go off away from Lakota culture one day, hopefully they can remember this all with a warm heart.
We have children who come and we hear feedback from parents or relatives, how they feel they gain in self-esteem, in confidence, and that's really one of our main goals. We want them to be proud and confident of who they are, whether it's on the reservation or outside. We want them to feel like, I have something to give. I know who I am, I know my roots, and that just builds strength.
We've survived and we're still here, and this is a way of honoring not just our ancestors, but also our grandparents, our parents, our future children, that we as people have faced horrific events and whole entire generations have just been completely demolished, but there's always somebody that survived and continued on the bloodline, and we're still here and we still practice our culture. We still know our culture. We haven't lost it. And now we're just trying to bring it back to where every single one of the Lakota children that enters our school can carry knowledge that otherwise is found very rarely. They're all part of our future of preserving our culture.